Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of volume. This is standard 7.9a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 10 off the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we've got a triangular prism here, and we're simply looking for the volume. So we actually are going to need two different equations. First, volume is what we're looking for, so let's get that. And the volume of any prism is base times height. So that's very simple. This happens to be a triangular prism, which means it's two triangular bases connected with rectangles. You could have a rectangular prism, and it's just two rectangular faces connected with rectangles. You can have a pentagonal prism, which is two pentagons that are bases and just connected with 5 rectangles. Hexagonal, octagonal, doesn't really matter. You're going to get base times height for any prism. So the volume of any prism, doesn't matter what the bases are, it's going to be base times height. Well, the height's pretty easy, so 34. So I'll just say base times 34. But now we need to find the base. So what is the area of this base? So we're looking for the area of this base. We've already got the height of 34 centimeters. So now, since it's a prism, we have to look at what the face is. And the face right here of this base is a triangle. So now I need to figure out, here's my second equation, the area of a triangle. So we know that the area of any rectangle is base times height. Now we need the area of a triangle, which is 1/2 base times height. So this is our second equation. And if you remember, the reason we do that is because any rectangle, right, is base times height. That's how you find the area. And you could take any rectangle or any square, draw one diagonal line, cut it into 2 equal triangles. And so each of these triangles are 1/2 of my rectangle, which is base times height. That's where that equation comes from. So let's figure out what our numbers are. So 1/2, my base, they've got it, look at that. They've got that little line extending from both sides. That's 12. And here's your height. You got this line that going from the very top all the way down to the middle. It's not an actual side, but you see this little square corner right there that lets you know you're dealing with the perpendicular angles, perpendicular lines, and that means that is your height, 8, which means extra information. It doesn't matter that the sides are 10 centimeters. You want the base, you want the height. So this is an isosceles triangle with one side that's 12 and 2 sides that are 10, but you only want the 12 and the 8. All right, so now we can multiply 1/2 by any of these right here. Let's do 1/2 times 12. So 1/2 of 12, put those together, it's going to be 6 times 8, so that makes 48. All right, so my area is 48. So now I just simply need to do this big multiplication. 48 times 34. I substituted this 48 right in there. So a little 2 by 2 multiplication, and we are good to go. So 8 times 4 is 32. That's 16. That's 19. Let's see, 8 times 3 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12. 14. Let's add that up. 2, 3, 6, 1, 1, 6, 3, 2. If we wanted to, watch, we could have done a little bit of estimation to see if anything would have worked for us. 48 rounds up to 50, and this one rounds down to 30. It's not quite exactly even. I rounded down more than I rounded up, but that's fine. Would have gotten 1,500. And so really I could have eliminated G and J, would have had to do the whole thing to really tell between F and H, but our answer here is H.